I don't know how it's going in other states, but I'm hoping that the people of Tennessee are going to catch on to all the nonsense. Um, these people now pretending like they're against data centers and flock cameras and all that, which, by the way, Flock is a brand. So just because they're against that doesn't mean they're against mass surveillance. You got Burchett saying he's against it. What's his name in this area? Something or other, Kenny Cody or something like that. The little pampered rich boy with the cheese smile. He smiles like a pampered 5-year-old. Maybe an 8-year-old, I don't know. I went to school with kids that smiled like that. It's like they were trained how to smile. And it's a weird thing to see a grown man doing that. You know, I get a little irritated, and it goes a little bit too far because it's hard for me to even take pictures. The pretense behind a lot of people in photographs. I mean, you see a lot of guys with a cap on and sunglasses and everything and sticking 2 fingers up for some reason, or 1 finger. And it's just odd if you get the other side of that. If you watch somebody do that, it's like, why are you doing that? Why are you so full of yourself? But this guy, he's like, and his head is all up like this. It's weird. It's strange to see a grown man behaving like that way, like a child, and he's pretending like all of a sudden he's against all that stuff. Never mind the big kahuna behind all of them, which is Trump, is completely for it. Completely. You know that he is because he'd be doing something. It's not like he's got a neutral opinion on things. Have you ever seen him have a neutral opinion on anything? I haven't. But he's definitely for the data centers. And these people are now pretending like, oh, we're against it. And you got the people who are supporting the sheepdog candidates that are now cashing it in. Going to go ahead and I guess we're going to have them. That makes me so mad. It makes me so mad it's bad enough when people who were saying that they weren't just going to go along with the Democrats when they do, but conservatives, the Second Amendment people, they believe in having the guns because of a tyrannical government, and then they're like, well, shucks. That just sickens me. You weaklings. You fake little weaklings. You know, it's one thing if you got somebody with pink hair, blue hair, or something like that, and they're skinny as a rail, you know, and they never claim to be any kind of a fighter. And you got these people who run around doing their little poses with their guns and wearing camo for some reason and act like they're some kind of tough guy. And as soon as this happens, you want to talk about bending over and spreading them. Sorry for the imagery. Weak. You're weaker than any liberal ever. Weak. Your parents raised weaklings. I mean, what are you doing? I bet these mysterious people that are allegedly doing things to these cameras, I bet they're about 10 years younger than me or more. I bet they are. Because it's not going to be anybody my age or older. The loudest generations, you know, the old millennials, or God, the Generation X. I don't know how it is in other places. Those people will not shut up about their generation. It's like y'all did the same thing that my generation did, which is sit on their hands and let everything turn to this. That's what you did, best generation. You sat on your hands and let it turn into this. And you're griping about how everything is now. It's not the young people doing it. They don't have any power. It's people our age doing it. The censorship, the weird things in movies, why don't you look it up? Why don't you look it up? These movies that you think are, was it the DEI and all that stuff? See if it's people that are younger than us. I bet you it's people our age or older. So you're griping about people. It's us that did it. We did it. the people that let everything get screwed up or screwed it up, but at the very least, let it get screwed up, is Generation X and the old millennials. That's it. 1970 to 1990. And there's some great people born those years. And then there's the rest of them. Sat on their hands and let it go to crap. Didn't do anything. Got handed some stuff, sat on their hands, let it turn to crap. It's disgusting. And I was seeing my generation do it. I was going through school and all they wanted to listen to was brand new music. And you get on the singles ads right now, you got people my age to 15 years older than me listening to Lainey Wilson and stuff like that. It's like, hey, newsflash, you're not young. And that's all they're listening to. Not listening to anybody their age. Watching these TV shows and drooling over these 20-year-olds. You are creepy. So if there's anybody to thank for things being the way they are, you know who. But there's a chance right now to stop it. There is. It's about voting, for one thing. Rule of thumb, too. If they're a little bit too buddy-buddy with Israel, they're pro-data center and they're pro-flock camera. Pro-mass surveillance. If they're pro-ICE, they're pro-mass surveillance and they're pro-data centers. That all goes hand in hand. So the whole time you're sucking up to ICE and trying to be little streetwalkers for ICE, yeah, you might as well, I can't say too much on here. Trying to keep it clean. You little streetwalkers for ICE. No, you're doing that. Well, and right now, it's so obvious. It's so obvious if you look at it. I've seen several news reports about they caught such and such of a sex offender using flock cameras. Nice try. They caught a whole lot of them before flock cameras too. Did you notice that? Sure did. Look, he stopped that bank robber with a bazooka. Great. Let's have bazookas everywhere. I mean, you're not falling for this crap, are you? It's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. And they're getting people in. I mean, these data centers are only going to be really relevant if they get everybody on some sort of a grid. Pretty soon, they're already trying to push a little bit farther into attacking older cars, because older cars won't help them monitor so much. So, something to think about. You got Kane there, old Kane in Knoxville. That's another one. He's railing against flock cameras. Like, people got a memory of a mayfly. He was all for them, and it's documented. If you vote for Kane, whatever in the heck his name is, Jacobs or whatever, if you vote for him, it's so obvious too. These people are sucking up to presidents who ride around in a limousine called the Beast. And the guy running in Knoxville, his wrestling name was Kane. I mean, who's going to run next? Satan? And you're going to be like, well, that's a good guy. Good Christian man. They're making it so obvious what kind of scum they are. I mean, and then they go back on their words. All you got to do is look it up. Don't listen to my opinion. Look it up. That's what I'm encouraging you to do. Do your own research. I might give you a germ of an idea. And if you learn to rely on me, I'll try not to let you down. But ultimately, I want you to do your own research. I want you to know for yourself. I want you to look out for yourself. I want you to be able to take care of yourself. I want you to own your life. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm trying to do. And these people you're voting for aren't like that. So if you're against these data centers and mass surveillance and all that, you need to stick to it and research these people and stop forgiving them when they got us here. It's the same thing the Democrats do on the other side. They get you all the way there and they're like, well, I don't know, how did we get here? You drove us here. We watched you do it. So that's what I'm asking you to do, is use your own eyes. If you're against all this stuff, stick to it. Anybody that was for it, vote them out. If they're funded by Israel, vote them out. Pro-ICE, pro-data center, pro-flock cameras, mass surveillance, vote them out.